Hey guys, it's Ross going on the Space Couch today. Crew Dragon has docked at the International Space Station, which is very exciting. It's taken us a long time to get to that part. So I watched the launch yesterday. Obviously, it was like, I guess the early hours of the morning, so it was all dark, so you didn't see that much. But it was very exciting to see it getting deployed from the first stage, and then for the first stage to then come back to the Of Course I Still Love You, which was great. And I assume it must have been in one of those 1 second launch windows, as it's taking 24 hours to get to the ISS. So it arrived there this morning, went through various maneuvers to get there, because it's the prototype basically, and it's uncrewed. And it's the first one that has been able to dock itself, as opposed to having the Canada arm dock it to the space station. It went through various checkpoints, got closer and closer and closer, and finally managed to dock. So it's very exciting, because it seems like we've been waiting for this for such a long time. I remember when the Dragon 2 was first unveiled, what seems like when it was years and years ago, and how exciting that spacecraft looked. And that interior that I assume wasn't finished but looked really retro. So yes, it's up there, and they did have another one of their SpaceX mannequins in there, this time called Ripley, of course in honour of the great Ellen Ripley. I do think they missed a trick, and they should have had a stuffed ginger cat in there as well called Jones, but hey, that's just me. Of course, Elon's over the moon, very emotional. As you could expect, a large part of his life has been focused on this, getting the Crew Dragon ready to transport crew and passengers from the US up to the International Space Station. There's still the Starliner test flight to go, but I think Boeing was still going to be the first one to send an actual crew, if I recall correctly, but I'm not sure. That might have changed. And there's still the abort test, the in-flight abort test to happen with Dragon, where they're going to use one of their previously flown boosters and then basically detonate it at the period of maximum dynamic pressure, max Q as they call it, and see what happens with the capsule. I assume it will abort safely and power off and then be recovered later. But yes, it's great to see Dragon up at the International Space Station. It should not be too long before it is actual crew on the I was going to say the Starliner, on the Dragon, instead of course just a mannequin. But yes, very exciting. I suppose the next big thing will be when Starship goes up to the International Space Station. I remember Elon posting some pictures, and this was in its previous iteration, not the stainless steel one, but the one prior to that, of how outsize the Starship appears next to the International Space Station. But hey, it still works, and obviously if something is bigger, it's often much cheaper than a smaller thing, in cost terms that is. But yes, very exciting news. Crew Dragon is up there, circling ahead over all of us. It should be coming back down I'm not sure how long it's scheduled to be up there for, probably just a few days, as it is the prototype, and they'll want it back to be able to run through all of the measurements and all that sort of stuff, readings that they've taken while it's been up there, see how it has performed. And obviously it's still to come back down through the atmosphere and test its heat shield, which should be exciting as well. But yes, Dragon is up there, and we are a bit closer to having regular manned flights from the United States up to the space station, and in due course to other habitats as well. Once the Dragon and the Starliner have been proved, then Bob Bigelow will be ready to launch his BA330s, because wasn't it 2019, 2020 that he was going to be launching a couple of those on ULA? That's what I recall anyway. It's about time we had an update on that. We haven't heard anything from Bigelow for a long time. So hopefully those capsules are ready to go, and there'll be other destinations in Earth orbit. But for now, guys, that's just an update on Elon's Crew Dragon. It has successfully docked to the International Space Station. Please subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed this content. Leave me a comment or suggestion for an upcoming topic you'd like to see discussed, or like the video.